Welcome to American Facts 101, where we delve into the rich and complex history of the United States. Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the untold story of the United States in World War II. This period was one of the most significant in modern history, and the role played by the United States was crucial in shaping the outcome of the war and the world we live in today. Join us as we explore the strategies, sacrifices, and significant contributions that led to victory on the global stage and appreciate the impact of the United States during this crucial period. The United States initially adopted a position of neutrality as the tensions in Europe and Asia escalated into full-scale war. The Neutrality Acts of the 1930s reflected a strong desire to avoid entanglement in foreign conflicts. However, the aggression of Axis powers, Germany, Italy, and Japan, made it increasingly difficult for the U.S. to maintain this stance. The turning point came on December 7, 1941, with the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. This devastating surprise attack resulted in the deaths of over 2,400 Americans and led to the United States formally entering World War II. President Franklin D. Roosevelt's address to Congress the following day famously declared December 7 as a date which will live in infamy, marking the nation's unified resolve to engage in the war. The United States' entry into World War II required an unprecedented mobilization of resources and manpower. The government swiftly implemented policies to transition the economy from peacetime to wartime production. Factories that once produced consumer goods were converted to manufacture tanks, planes, ships, and weapons. The War Production Board, WPB, played a central role in coordinating this effort. By prioritizing raw materials and guiding industries toward war production, the WPB ensured that American forces were well equipped. This period also saw the rise of Rosie the Riveter, symbolizing the crucial contributions of women who entered the workforce in large numbers to support the war effort. Rationing became a way of life, as Americans were asked to conserve resources such as food, fuel, and rubber. Victory gardens were planted, scrap metal drives organized, and war bonds purchased to support the financial needs of the military. The collective effort on the home front was a testament to the nation's unity and determination to achieve victory. The United States played a pivotal role in several key military campaigns that turned the tide of the war. One of the most significant was the D-Day invasion on June 6, 1944. Known as Operation Overlord, this massive amphibious assault on the beaches of Normandy, France, was the largest seaborne invasion in history. Led by General Dwight D. Eisenhower, the operation involved meticulous planning and coordination with Allied forces. The success of D-Day marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. It allowed the Allies to establish a foothold in Europe, from which they launched further offensives to liberate occupied territories. The bravery and sacrifice of American soldiers during this campaign were instrumental in achieving victory in Europe. In the Pacific theater, the United States adopted a strategy of island hopping to combat Japanese forces. Key battles such as Midway, Guadalcanal, and Iwo Jima were crucial in gaining control of strategic islands and pushing closer to Japan. The fierce fighting and significant casualties in these battles underscored the high stakes and determination of American forces. The culmination of the Pacific Campaign was the dropping of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. These bombings, while controversial, led to Japan's surrender and the end of World War II. The use of atomic weapons marked a significant and sobering moment in history, highlighting the devastating power of nuclear technology. The contributions of diverse groups within the United States were vital to the war effort. African Americans, despite facing segregation and discrimination, served bravely in various capacities. The Tuskegee Airmen, an all-black squadron of fighter pilots, earned a distinguished combat record and helped pave the way for the eventual desegregation of the U.S. military. Japanese Americans also made significant contributions, despite the injustice of internment camps. Many served in the 442nd Regimental Combat Team, one of the most decorated units in U.S. military history. Their service was a powerful testament to their loyalty and patriotism in the face of prejudice and adversity. Women played a crucial role both in the military and on the home front. The Women's Army Corps, UAC, and Women Air Force Service Pilots, WASP, provided essential support, from administrative duties to ferrying aircraft. On the home front, women took on roles in factories, offices, and volunteer organizations, ensuring that the war effort was sustained. Native Americans also made notable contributions, with Navajo code talkers playing a critical role in secure communications in the Pacific theater. Their unique language provided an unbreakable code that was instrumental in several key battles. World War II spurred significant scientific and technological advances, many of which were driven by the United States. The Manhattan Project, a top-secret initiative, led to the development of the atomic bomb. This project brought together some of the greatest scientific minds of the time, including Robert Oppenheimer and Enrico Fermi, and culminated in the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Radar technology also saw significant advancements, greatly improving the ability of Allied forces to detect enemy aircraft and ships. The development of the proximity fuse, a revolutionary type of detonator, increased the effectiveness of anti-aircraft artillery. Medical advances were equally important. Penicillin, discovered by Alexander Fleming and mass-produced during the war, saved countless lives by treating infections that would otherwise have been fatal. The war also accelerated developments in blood transfusion techniques, which became crucial for treating wounded soldiers. The United States played a key role in forging and maintaining alliances that were crucial to the Allied victory. The Big Three conferences, Tehran, Yalta, and Potsdam, saw President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and later Harry S. Truman, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin meet to strategize and plan post-war reconstruction. The Lend-Lease Act, passed in 1941, was another critical element of U.S. support for the Allies. This act allowed the U.S. to supply military aid to nations fighting the Axis powers, significantly bolstering the war efforts of Britain, the Soviet Union, and China. By providing weapons, vehicles, and other essential supplies, the United States helped sustain the fight against the Axis until it could fully engage militarily. The human cost of World War II was staggering. Over 400,000 American soldiers lost their lives, and countless more were wounded. The war also had a profound impact on those who served and their families, as well as on civilians who endured rationing, fear, and loss. The sacrifices made by the greatest generation were immense, and their stories of bravery and resilience continue to inspire. From the beaches of Normandy to the islands of the Pacific, American soldiers demonstrated extraordinary courage and determination. The experiences of those on the home front, who worked tirelessly to support the war effort, are equally important to remember. The end of World War II marked the beginning of a new era in global politics and economics. The United States emerged as a superpower and played a leading role in the reconstruction of war-torn Europe. The Marshall Plan, named after Secretary of State George C. Marshall, was a comprehensive program of economic aid designed to rebuild European economies and prevent the spread of communism. The Marshall Plan provided over $12 billion in aid, equivalent to more than $100 billion today, to Western European countries. This assistance helped to rebuild infrastructure, modernize industry, and stabilize economies. The success of the Marshall Plan not only facilitated Europe's recovery, but also cemented the United States' role as a leader in the post-war world. In the aftermath of World War II, the United States played a pivotal role in the creation of the United Nations. This international organization was established to promote peace, security, and cooperation among nations. The founding of the United Nations marked a significant step towards a new world order, where diplomacy and collective action would be used to address global challenges. The United States' commitment to the principles of the United Nations reflected its broader vision for a stable and prosperous world. Through initiatives like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and various peacekeeping missions, the U.S. sought to promote democracy, human rights, and economic development around the globe. The legacy of World War II is profound and far-reaching. The war not only reshaped the geopolitical landscape but also had a lasting impact on American society. The experiences of the war fostered a sense of national unity and purpose, laying the groundwork for the civil rights movement and other social changes in the decades that followed. The GI Bill, passed in 1944, provided returning veterans with access to education, housing, and employment opportunities. This landmark legislation helped to create a more educated and prosperous middle class, contributing to the post-war economic boom. The technological and scientific advances made during the war also had long-term effects. The development of nuclear technology, while initially for military purposes, eventually led to the growth of civilian nuclear power. Advances in medicine, computing, and aerospace continued to shape the modern world. As we conclude this exploration of the United States' role in World War II, it is essential to recognize the immense contributions and sacrifices made by countless individuals. From the soldiers on the front lines to the workers on the home front, the collective effort of the American people was crucial in achieving victory and shaping the post-war world. The untold stories of World War II remind us of the complexity and significance of this period in history. By delving deeper into these narratives, we gain a fuller understanding of the challenges and triumphs that defined the war and its aftermath. Thank you for joining us on American Facts 101. If you enjoyed this in-depth exploration of World War II, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more detailed investigations into American history. Let's continue to uncover the hidden gems of our past and honor the diverse voices that have shaped our nation. If you have any additional insights or stories about World War II that you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. Your contributions can help us further enrich our understanding of this pivotal era. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more episodes of American Facts 101.